Hey, game designer friends, I'm doing a quick update on my game. I'm going to call it Twerk. Some people hate it, some people like it. It's Twerk. It's a game of spelling quickly. Here are the components that I used. I used the 20 cards. I used the 3 dice. Uh, I used 9 green cubes. You can see them. Oh, well, 9 green cubes. And I used the green crystal. So the game is Twerk. The object is to be the first player to win a certain number of rounds. The way that you win a round is by playing or finding, I guess, the longest word in terms of number of letters. The way that you find a word is by using cards on the table. Cards have either a single consonant or a 2-letter sequence on them. But they all have both, and you can use either one side or the other. And if you're using the consonant side, you can use either the single consonant or you can use it as a double consonant. So there are 16 cards in this deck that have a pairing of a single consonant with a 2-letter sequence. And I used some frequency analysis from Wikipedia and from some of the sites that I found to figure out the correct, or at least the most logical ways, I guess, to map out which 2-letter sequences should map to which single consonants. So there are 5 consonants missing. They are Z, X, Q, J, and K. Those ones are missing, but I've replaced them with 4 wild cards, any one consonant or 2 consecutive vowels. So basically, these cards get dealt out like Texas Hold'em, 3 face up in the middle of the board. Every player gets 2 in their hand. There are then 3 dice, the vowel dice, A, E, I, O, U, and then a dot, which can be any vowel or the letter Y. The 3 dice get rolled, and here you have some tableau of available letters. The first player to find a 5-letter word says twerk or yells twerk, and then they arrange the cards to do it. They can either use the middle cards in the table, they can use the dice, they can use cards in their hand. If they use cards from the hand, they get put down face up on the table, and they arrange the word in front of them, and then players have to find a 6-letter word or 7-letter word. So it just keeps going and going until somebody finds a 10-letter word. If somebody finds a 10-letter word, then the round is over and the person automatically wins. If nobody finds a 10-letter word, then whoever found the longest word is the winner. Still working on whether or not to use an actual physical timer for this. I'd kind of like to not use it, and I'll give a full explanation of how the game is played with the demo in my final video tomorrow. But playtesting was good today. The game feels like a game. It feels like a word puzzle a little bit where you're racing against people. It bogged down a bit when we first started playing it because it's sort of hard to stare at like abstract cards that are aligned sort of just like willy-nilly. It's hard to kind of look at both sides and figure out what's on them. And the rules that you can't touch the cards in the middle of the table, and you also can't touch the dice once they've been set out, unless you are actually like arranging them for a word that you've just found. Because I wanted to avoid having people having like 5 different people reaching for cards and trying to rearrange them all at the same time, which would just be chaotic and would not be productive for anyone. Yeah, so there's a few other rules to it and a little bit there, but it's basically just about using these cards and creating combinations that make words and longer words, and building off of other people's stuff, since if they play cards from their hand to make words, they're now available for everyone to use. And in fact, a rule change today is that each time somebody says twerk and lays a rule, you flip a card off the deck and in fact increase the tableau by 1 more card as a way to kind of keep things fluid and going to affect the pacing of the game. But yeah, it was a really good day. We did dinner at the Ron McDonald house, so we cooked with our game group and did our regular game night there, and I got a chance to play Twerk a few times with my friends, and it was really fun. So, well, really fun, not fair. It was fun. It was interesting. We're still getting the design together. So definitely cool to like play a prototype and not be and be in the position where I have to accept feedback from my friends about what's happening there. It's not easy to accept people saying, well, this game isn't fun, but I tried to live in a, if you're not a big fan of word games or you don't like word puzzles, then you're probably not going to be a huge fan of this because it's very puzzly. You're just staring at letters on a board. There's no theme, there's no colors. It's just prototype white cards and dice. So it was a little rough, but I think the people that like the type of game enjoyed it. They gave me great feedback that I'm using to make the game a little better. So hopefully, judges, Jordan and crew, hopefully you guys like word games. If not, I guess I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot here. But I'm a fan. I'll tell you, I designed something that I thought was fun, and I feel really good about it. and it feels good to have made something. I think this is the fourth or fifth game that I've designed, or at least I'm in the process of designing it. It's like the third or fourth one I've finished, and this one feels most ready to be published of all the ones that I've done, including one that I'm planning on taking to Kickstarter. So it feels good, you know. It happened really quickly. I'm really close to having this thing ready to just say, all right, well, somebody wants to take it, then take it. And thank you so much to you guys for motivating me to do that through this design contest. That's really cool. All right, signing off. You guys will see another video from me tomorrow, and hopefully also a play video to go with it of just like me and my wife playing a game and yelling twerk at each other a bunch. So, all right, thanks everybody. See ya. Oh, and just yell twerk. Twerk as loud as you can. Just twerk. It's super fun. Okay, bye.